All right, this week we are starting another series of videos building up to a larger project. I had so much fun building up to the meat and cheese tray that I decided to do something special for Valentine's Day. And baked potatoes are our first step. So stay tuned and see how fun and easy these are to make. All right, to make our baked potato, we need to start by making our potato. And for that, I'm using, this is half translucent Sculpey and half white clay. I keep a stash of this in with my clay. I pre-mix a whole package at a time so that I don't have to remix it every time. So equal parts white and translucent. And this is yellow ochre. And I think I'm only going to use about half of each of these. I don't need to make this many potatoes. In fact, probably about that much. Cut this way back. And a very tiny amount. This is yellow ochre from Fimo. And I am going to work this through until I get it all mixed together. And when that's all mixed together, I'll be back and we'll go on to forming our potatoes. All right, this is mixed together. And just for a comparison, you can see it warms it up just a little bit. You don't want a lot. You just don't want this to be stark white. Now what we are aiming for is a 1/4 inch snake. I'm going to make more than one potato, but I don't want to make a huge number. A little smaller. I'm basing these on the size potatoes I usually make a baked potato from. Not necessarily a healthy portion. I hope you guys are enjoying seeing these series type videos where we make multiple items together into a display at the end. So I am going to now cut this into around a 1/2 inch, a little bigger, a little smaller. Just remember, potatoes come in a variety of sizes. These are supposed to be those big russet potatoes that you get. And this is basically the same directions that are in my potato recipe from back when I did the farm stand in, oh gosh, probably about 10 years, 9-10 years ago. Can't believe it's been that long. So rolling these into balls. Now we're going to need 2 of these potatoes for our finished project for what I have in mind, but I'm going to make a bunch. That way I can put different toppings on them and show you some different ideas. So what I did, I rolled the ball and then I just take it on the palm of my hand and make it into a little potato shape. And you don't want these to be perfect because potatoes are not perfect. So what did we get here? See if I can count 2, 4, 7 of them it looks like. So now I have my chalk palette. Let's see if I can get the potatoes moved out of the way without smushing them. And I have a yellow ochre chalk. Never use your clay knife to do this. Use a craft knife of some kind. And then I want a kind of a medium brownish tone. We're putting those both in the same section of the palette. And then I need a toothpick, which of course I forgot to grab. Now potatoes are a little bit, they have a few little dots on them. And even after they're baked, you can still see some of those. So I'm going to treat these just like we would if we were having raw potatoes. That way too, if you want to set a kitchen scene up, you could leave some of these in there like they're going to be when they finish here. So now I've got my eyeshadow brush. Remember, I use an eyeshadow brush because they're made to put on powder. So they work really well with the chalks. And I put 1 potato in each of these openings. This keeps my fingers just a little bit cleaner while I'm doing this step. Because these are pretty hard to hold on to. They're round and they get away from you. Make yours a little more yellow, a little more brown, however color you want to do yours. And because the chalks don't mix completely, you get a little variation in color, which is really cool. Now, if we were making just potatoes, they would be finished now. Then they would be ready to bake. But we're going to go a few more steps, and we're going to bake a couple of times. So let's get these last two colored. A few imperfections on them. And you will end up with chalk all over your fingers. It's just a fact of life when you're working with clays and chalks. I do have a cloth here I can clean my fingers off with. Now, I am going to find my, I did not find my tools before I started. I forgot. There we go. I need my dental pick and I'll need my knife. Now, and I need my glasses desperately so I can see what I'm doing. All right, I'm going to move this potato over here. So the first step we're going to do is we are going to slit down one side. See if I can have this up where you guys can kind of see it. And just like you would with a real baked potato, kind of squeeze the ends. Let's go a little further towards the ends, trying to stay under camera where you guys can see. And then kind of tease some texture here. We're not going to see a lot of this part, but just in case the sour cream or butter or whatever you're putting in doesn't cover the entire opening, we want to have some potato in there. And then kind of get it back in shape, because I kind of got it a little too round. Fiddle with it. If it's too soft to work with, go ahead and stick it in the freezer for 5 or 10 minutes, and then you'll be able to work with it a little easier. Now this will be a lot easier when you can get it up closer to your face than I can with the camera. I'm trying to keep this where you guys can see. I cut that really crookedly. Let's see if I can salvage this. Try just doing this one kind of just lengthwise, one cut. And different people cut their baked potatoes different ways, so you know, cut it the way you like to have yours done in real life. Right, I'm going to go ahead and texture the rest of these, and then I'm going to bake them according to manufacturer's directions. I have dropped my baking temperature down to 250 rather than 275 like the package says, simply because my oven seems to overheat a bit. So I'm going to bake these for about 15 minutes since they're about a 1/4 inch in diameter. When they're baked and cooled, we'll come back and we'll get the next step ready. All right, here are our little baked potatoes, and now they're ready to put some toppings on them. So I'm going to start by making some sour cream. What we're going to use is just a little, not even that much, just a little bit of white polymer clay and some TLS, translucent liquid sculpey. And I'm going to make this thinner than I would if I was making a frosting to use on a miniature cake. For sour cream, we need this to be quite thin. Put my glasses on so I can actually see what I'm doing. And it's just a matter of mixing the clay and the TLS together. I'm making a really small amount of this because I don't really want to keep any that's this thin. If it was the consistency I use on cakes, I would keep it. I would put it into a clay safe container and hold on to it for later, but I'm not going to use this again. And the secret is just to get all the lumps of clay mixed in. And then I always, whenever I use TLS to bake on something, I always put it onto parchment paper to bake it. That way I don't end up with it sticking to my baking surface. I'm just going to doll up some sour cream on the top of that baked potato. And it's okay if it looks like it's dribbling, because who doesn't want lots of sour cream on their baked potato? I'm going to attempt not to tip that over. Let's go ahead and let's see. Yeah, you guys can see that. So there's that one. I'll probably do a couple more this way in a little bit, but right now I'm going to try something else. Let's see what. Let me see. I've got a reference photo off to the side of me here. I'm trying to see what I want to do. All right. So I got some yellow clay here. I'm not even sure what this yellow clay is. I have no idea. It was literally, this was all that was in the container. I had a bag that had just this in it. So I'm hoping to make this look kind of like some partially melted butter to put on one. So let's see if we can get this to break up. This clay may be too old to get mixed in. I think because I want this to be a little more, well, no, we'll just do that. We'll just put just a little bit of, a little gob of butter on that one. Oops, come on, stick to the potato. There you go. So those are, I mean, you could make cheese, you could do all kinds of things. Let's add some more sour cream to a couple of these and add some green onions or chives or whatever you want to imagine the green part is going to be. So for that, I have some green clay that I just baked off a little bit of green clay. This is exactly what I did not want you to do, is tip over. And this is one of those things that they sell in the pedicure sets to, you know, grind off the rough part of your heel. It works really, oh, that's kind of neonish. Well, not the best color green for green onions, but it's the green I had that was baked. So I am going to add a little more butter to one of these, a little more sour cream to some of the others, and I'm going to bake them at the temperature directed for probably about 10 minutes. And when they're baked and cooled, I'll come back and we'll look at our finished baked potatoes. All right, our baked potatoes have been baked and cooled. That's kind of a redundant sentence. So it's time to put some Mod Podge just on the butter and sour cream. So to make that easier, I have a jumbo craft stick and some poster tack. And I'm going to, and I may or may not get these all on at one time. I'll only have you guys watch me what I get done on this one though. So I got 2 with sour cream and 2 with butter. And some gloss Mod Podge. And since there's nothing that can get onto the brush, I'm going to work right out of the lid because, and this, let's see, this brush, got a little bit of hair sticking out of this brush, which is going to be a problem. So off camera, I'm just going to, this is just a cheap brush from the dollar store. There. That's somewhat better. Now I'm going to attempt to keep this under camera. And I'm just going to gloss Mod Podge where the things are that I want to be shiny, because your baked potato would not be shiny. The potato flesh would definitely not be shiny. The skin of the potato might have a mild shine to it, but I like them the way they are now. Now this would be another time that you could add some more grated green clay to make green onions. I did find a better color green that I baked off real quick and grated up. But that is all the Mod Podge I'm adding to these. When these are dry, I'll move them off and put these last 3 on. I'll do the same thing on those. And when all the Mod Podge is dry, I'll come back and we'll look at our finished potatoes. All right, the Mod Podge on the baked potatoes is completely dry now and they're ready to put into a display. And like I said in the intro, this is actually the first part of another series of videos where we're going to build up to a slightly bigger project. So if you want to take some guesses as to what we are going to be working towards, I'd love to hear those in the comments. Or if you have any other comments or questions, be sure and leave them down below. If you like the video, hit the like button. Feel free to share the video with your friends that like minis. I'd love to have your friends come join us and have fun too. If you enjoy my content and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscription button and the notification bell so you know when I put up a new video. Check the blog post for photos, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.